But before we get into that, let's talk about Anthony Edwards, the Ant
Woo.
Man. Woo!
Ant-Man.
This dude had a career high 43 points and there he is, and led his team to the game one victory against the Nuggets, the defending NBA champion Nuggets. The Wolves are up 1-0 in the series. They stole one in Denver. Was this a fluke, Jimmy? Or are
Absolutely
the
not.
Wolves for real?
Absolutely not. The Wolves are for real. Jokic and that team, they got, they got stung. They got punched in the mouth, as Mike Tyson would say. And so now they got to come back with a plan. And the Ant-Man and that crew, they're hungry, they're young. I don't think they are taking it for granted what's going on. I think the moment is not escaping them. I think they understand the assignment. Rudy Gobert is a veteran who holds the middle down for the Wolves. Cat is doing his thing. He's very reliable. When it comes to down the stretch and leaning on him for big buckets. So I think the
Here's what
two
was
Timberwolves are for real.
here's what was impressive to me, Jimmy, is Cat wasn't there. Carl Anthony Towns was not in the game. He
Mm-hmm.
was not in the game in the third quarter. He
Mm-hmm.
came in for about 30 seconds and got two fouls. So he went
Mm-hmm.
4 and 5. And then
Mm-hmm.
they just sat him. And I don't think he showed up to the end of the game. So most of this victory, this 106-99 game win, was Anthony Edwards. And Gobert basically locking down Jokic. But here's what I was amazed by, and I'm curious on your thoughts on this. You got Anthony Edwards, who was a great player and took the game in his hands, right? And said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to win this thing. But,
Mm-hmm.
dude, Rudy Gobert and Carl Anthony Towns is your 4-5. Who is going to stop that? I mean, Jokic maybe can handle one, but both.
But that's why it's so it's basketball. It's good to see kind of the old school play where you have two big men in there that you can't match up with and not have the stretch fours and the stretch fives and kind of the outside in basketball. So this also proves that there's a style of basketball that you can play that can cause a mismatch with big men. And that's the era I come from. Even though they do step out and they roam a little bit more, but positionless basketball can be positionless basketball with big men too.
I was not impressed with Cat when he was in the game. The dude, I'm sitting here watching, going, this guy is a massive beast, and he is standing out at the 3-point circle like he's Steph Curry. I'm
Right.
like, dude, get your
Mhm.
big body
That's right.
butt inside the paint and wiggle it around a little bit and make
That's
some
right.
room and get something done, bro.
Like even like Jokic, Jokic almost had a close to another triple double. Putting up big rebounds, big assist numbers. But he also floats outside. He plays outside a lot. He brings the ball up. He plays point forward center, if you will. So it's just the era that we're in right now. And to your point, I think that at times teams should have maybe like a, a package where they run a big squad and they play back
That's
with their
right.
backs to the basket and slow the game down, and that will kind of prolong or give your players longevity and give them a little time to rest instead of trying to be a little guard out there. That's why you got guys like Embiid getting hurt. These guys got to learn how to conserve their energy and not give up their power by playing small ball all the time.
That is true. Now I will give you one of the people that I was most impressed with was Nas Reed. Holy moly. This guy, is he six man of the year or in contention for six man of the year?
Yes.
This guy is another just powerful, impactful player that's running all over the court and alley ooping and dunking. Ant missed a shot that went off the rebound and he grabbed it one-handed in the air
Or
and slammed
man,
it down. And I'm like, boom.
old school Dominique Wilkins style.
I
Catching it
know,
off the
man.
rim. Oh yeah.
All
Yeah, but
that to
Nas has been
say,
doing that. He's just on the stage now where there's not a lot of other options to see and or watch. But Nas has been doing this all season long. We've been watching his progression, kind of, mature to this state to where he's at.
Jimmy, I will say I definitely don't think it was a fluke that they won. I would say this is going to be an incredibly close series. And it's weird. I watch a lot of these games and a team gets up 12 and then another team gets up 9 and then that's not what this game was. This game was like between 3 and 4 points the whole game. It was back and
Mhm.
forth. And I have a feeling that's going to be the intensity of the entire series. The Nuggets are experienced and they're good and they've got lots. They're very deep.
A lot
I
of
think this is gonna
experience.
this is gonna go 6 or 7. But I
Absolutely.
think I think stealing one at home for the Wolves